Hello and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Yug.
I'm Matt.
Tonight we'll be talking about the World of Warcraft second expansion pack.
We'll cover some new gamer statistics released.
HDMI introduced to the Premium 360, except in Australia.
Halo 360 launch information.
And the new AustralianGamer.com site is finally up and
Finally
live.
up. Finally new look.
We're very thrilled and excited about this.
We are.
It's taken quite a while.
I'd actually go more with relieved, personally. I've been working on it for quite a while now, and it's nice to have it actually up and going. And
Matt has. I mean, a lot of this has fallen on Matt because, to be honest, I just did the design and then gave it to Matt and said, there you go, make it work.
There's a JPEG. That's what I want it to do.
Exactly.
Which
So
is distinctly unhelpful. I mean, it was helpful.
It was extremely helpful.
It was a good start, but yeah. So
I've had a great time really kind of not doing much. Just telling Matt what to do.
Yeah, and then saying, oh, we need to get this up, blah, 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 and this needs to work totally differently to what you've designed it as, and yeah, totally different to what the JPEG said.
It's, considering how long me and Matt have worked together, I think there's probably room for improvement on our
communication. Yeah.
But anyway, the new site is up. The new people on the site. We've got Carl, Cav, Starks, Phil, and Jay.
Indeed.
And so that's exciting. We do apologise to everyone that missed out, but you just weren't good enough.
Yeah, you're it's not that you were not good enough. It's that you're bad people. It's a judgment call on you personally.
I just took this piece of gum out.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Eat gum while we're doing the podcast?
I just went to so much trouble to take this out, and now I realise I can't eat it. That's just...
It's just going to sit there mocking you. Throw a smiley face on it so it can look at you and watch.
But yeah, anyway, I mean, the new site's launched.
That's
and I mean, there's still a lot of bugs and glitches and things that we need to fix. And a couple of things.
Especially if you happen to be using IE, in which case you have my deepest sympathy and my lack of interest for any of the bugs that come up because you happen to be using a browser that doesn't support the internet.
Also happen to be using a browser that is used by over 75% of the market.
Over 75% of the market is morons.
Are you calling our readers morons?
No, I'm calling our listeners morons.
Right.
Which is actually probably not a good idea. Now that
not at all. Now that everyone's tuned out, we can talk about whatever we want. No.
It is a bit frustrating having to fix code that there's nothing wrong with.
Yeah.
But I have to, so that's life.
Yeah.
Those people who actually don't go to the site, who maybe just listen to iTunes or have it streamed in some other way, take a look and see what you think. Give us some feedback on the forum.
Do give us some feedback in the forums, let us know.
Or send email. We do still have email. Send us an email saying, it's crap. I like your old site better than your new site.
We haven't gotten that yet.
No, we haven't actually. It's been universally, I prefer it this way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of what we did was in response to people's requests, which wasn't that we necessarily just did what they thought, but they were saying what we wanted to do anyway.
Yeah, very valid request. So
moving things off the front page.
Making the front page viable to visit more than just once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much is
making
what we were
it a
trying
bit
to
more
do.
dynamic and move a lot more and stuff.
Yeah. Is there anything else we want to talk about in regards to the updates?
No,
or
not
new
really.
people,
That's pretty much it. We'll expect to see a lot more happening, a lot more updates. We've got more people.
As per usual, we now have, I think, 14 people.
14 reviewers. 14
well, including you and me.
Yeah.
That's growing. That's a significant amount of people.
Yeah, and Yug's done an awesome picture with everyone on it that looks like some sort of cover for Heroes or something. It's very movie-esque.
I was kind of proud of that.
Do you know what annoys me? I've noticed this increasingly on on DVD covers particularly, is when they have like, this is a movie with Harrison Ford and Matt Damon, and it's got on the front a picture of Harrison Ford and a picture of Matt Damon. This is a random made-up movie.
Yeah.
But the pictures have names above them, but the names are the other way around. Have you seen that? Is that just me?
Yes, but you know why that is? It's
to annoy me.
No, it completely has to do with the billing. As in the way they're
billed. Turn the picture around.
Like, for example, I found this out the other day. Bit of useless trivia. Catch Me If You Can was the first time since... it was like something like Splash that Tom Hanks hadn't gotten first billing on a movie. Leonardo DiCaprio did. So that it literally is Leonardo
the most
DiCaprio
important
is
person
first billing. Even if Catch Me If You Can, they were both the main actors, the leads.
Yeah.
But Leonardo DiCaprio got first billing, so his name appears first.
Well, there you go.
So
But
that is
still
why,
nice.
and so the people that do
But
the
surely-
artwork don't really know or care who is.
But it still frustrates me when there's like 2 people or 3 people on the front, and it's like 1, 2, 3, and the names are just random. It's like,
I'm sorry.
that's not.
I just have this horrible image of like Indiana Jones with like Matt Damon in the background or something like that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
That's what you said. I'm trying using an example of a movie that doesn't
other
exist.
Movies. Do you know Tom Selleck was originally cast as Indiana Jones?
Damon. Oh, yes, I did.
I think that's funny. I can just
Indiana Jones with a big mustache.
Indiana Jones
with a
big
tash.
mustache. Yeah, very. It would really have dated India, I think, if Tom Selleck had been in it.
Yeah, it would have.
I don't know if maybe Tom Selleck's career would have gone on to be what Harrison Ford's career ended up as. Maybe instead of dying off until Friends, till a brief appearance in Friends.
And Boston Legal.
Is he in Boston Legal?
He is in Boston Legal for a very
Ah.
brief amount of time.
Cool. Does he have a giant mustache?
I honestly can't remember.
He looks weird without it. He shaved it off in Friends for a while, and it looks weird.
I honestly can't. I think he does.
All right.
I think he does.
Okay, we've really lost.
Wow, I know. Can we talk about games now?
Yeah,
World
let's
of
talk about
Warcraft, the
games.
second expansion.
Yeah.
The Wrath of the Lich King. Have I
Yeah,
got that
Wrath
right?
of the Lich King. I'm not sure of the pronunciation of Lich, whether it's Lich or Leash or something like that.
The Lich King.
I had to look it up because I wasn't sure exactly what a Lich was. I knew it was something to do with undead, but
What is a Lich?
it's like an undead necromancer, basically. Someone who has used magic to store their own soul so that they can't be hurt.
Sounds very Harry Potterish.
Technically, Voldemort does count as a leech because he's a magic user who stored his soul.
Well, there you go.
That was actually surprisingly profound there. Though you've just gone, yes, I know something, and it's actually kind of I'm not sure what to say now. Were we talking about a game or something?
You're a bit taken aback.
I am. I'm like, whoa, he's right.
Well, look, I mean, this is a really good discussion that we can have here because you have a level 70 character in World of Warcraft. You still play it quite regularly.
I used to until I had to do a goddamn site update. And I'm hoping. I think they've deleted my character now. Yeah, boy, he's not using this guy. Let's just clear some space on the server.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just you've got a level 70 character, and
I have.
It takes a little bit of playing to get to that point.
Yeah.
I don't think I even got past level 30 in World of Warcraft. So to me,
I believe, the main tank for a guild of 3 people at this point. So,
awesome. That's not the Australian Gamer Guild.
No,
the non-existent one anymore. If there are readers or people that do play World of Warcraft that do want to make an Australian Gamer Guild, you have our blessing. We will promote it and we'll put up any guild in any game.
And we'll support you with website stuff and
website specific forums, and of course, if it's promoted on the front of Australian Gamer, you will get other people that play that game interested in joining the guild. If there are those of you out there that play a game regularly that want to start a guild,
that's true. Not just World of Warcraft, but particularly things like Fury. We'd love to support a Fury guild.
A Fury guild. I know Lord of the Rings Online. There's a couple of people that play that. I know Samo's actually reviewing it. He's playing it at the moment, sort of thing. Like anyone that wants to start a guild in an MMO, let us know. Make it an Australian Gamer Guild, and we will support you and we'll push it for you.
One thing that's worth saying: if you have a Counter-Strike clan and you want someone to pay for you to get T-shirts, please don't talk to us.
That's not what we
annoying.
do. We can't even afford our own T-shirts.
Yeah.
So
we'll help you and we'll support you, but we're not going to pay for your competitions.
We'll do what we do best, which is we'll tell as many people as we can about you, sort of thing. But
we'll help you form a community and stuff like that.
That's what we're good at because we're lovely people here at Australia. The new Australian Gamer, Australian Gamer 3.0.
Is it 3.0?
It's the third incarnation.
I guess it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Die Hard 4.0.
I was thinking the other day, I wanted to call it Australian Gamer. I thought it was 2. I thought we were only on the second incarnation.
We could have called it Australian Gamer the second place.
I wanted to call it Australian Gamer 2.0, yeah. Then I realised how stupid that was.
Yeah, but that kind of suits.
Yeah.
That could actually really work into our logo sort of thing, Have you and me up there, sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
once
expansion.
Again,
there is an expansion.
What I was trying to get at was that your view of it and my view of it are very different. My view of that, watching the video and stuff like that, is I
don't know what they're talking about.
WoW goes up to level 80 now. Well, that's fantastic.
That means it'll take me way longer to actually do anything.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
even more out of my reach.
Don't get me wrong. I think Blizzard are the masters of actually making a game look pretty and by making it artistically beautiful. By actually
there's some really nice graphical features in it.
By being artistic, because the game engine is extremely limited. But by today's standards, I mean, it's been out for ages. It's almost like the Grand Theft Auto of game engines.
I was actually playing it the other day, and just out of interest, I stopped where I was, and I was in like a hilly tree sort of area, and I stopped and I went, how good can this game look? And I was stopped, so I figured it didn't matter that the frame rate was going to drop through the floor, so I turned everything up full.
Yep.
You know, furthest view distance, highest texture quality.
Yep.
You know, blah blah blah, model quality, and it looked pretty much the same.
And
it just really didn't look that
crisper.
Good. It just surprisingly didn't look that good at all.
Yeah.
Ever. And I was actually quite surprised by that, and I kind of thought, it's really not graphically not an impressive engine.
No, not anymore. I mean,
not anymore. No, it was at the time, and I guess as you know, new graphics cards and new features have come and gone. Not gone, but come. They've kind of never really added those things. So.
No, well, I mean, they really kind of couldn't. But anyway, my point is, I watched that video, the trailer for the expansion, and to me, it's like, meh. Okay.
You know, a lot of people felt the same, and I do agree. One thing that was so unbelievably impressive with everything Blizzard have done, and if you've seen the
cutscenes,
I was just going to say,
sorry.
if you've seen
no,
that's fine. You're right. If you've seen the cutscene for the video intro or the video teaser thing for
Burning Crusades.
No, the recent StarCraft 2.
Yep.
That pretty much shows just how damn good they are at those kind of cutscenes, and the ones for both World of Warcraft and for the Burning Crusade were incredibly impressive, like very, very polished.
The fact that they don't have a cutscene for the Lich King kind of just...
I suspect that's simply a case of it's a lot easier to make one of those in-game videos than to render one of those thingies. And I think that when we get closer, we'll see some awe-inspiring bit of video.
Yeah. Well, look, the question is to you, World of Warcraft to you, is this impressive? Is this...
you know what, I don't think it has to be impressive. I just think it has to be more to do. Because when you get to the end of World of Warcraft, whether it's at level 60 or at level 70, you have rep grinding and you have raiding. And that's it. All you can do is kill 1,000 bats or run through dungeons. And that's it. There's nothing else left to do.
Is that fun?
No, it's not at all. It is. Some people like it, some people enjoy it, and some people have the people to do it with. But
I guess when you have a huge guild of
when you have
people.
a huge guild, you're fine. But I find it a little pointless myself because all you're doing is getting stuff so you can raid, so you can get stuff so you can. I
kind of have to throw the suggestion out there. I think maybe you should get a new guild.
Yeah, it's been
proposed. Putting it out there. 3 people just ain't really gonna.
No, sometimes there's 4 or 5, but even so, there's really not enough. Most particularly because for me, the point of a guild and the thing that I always liked about World of Warcraft was the social aspect of having someone to make stupid jokes to.
Yep.
So when I'm on all by myself, and I'm still, by the way, making stupid jokes in guild chat with no one else on, it's a little hollow and a little hurtful.
Yeah, that's really sad.
It is sad. It's a tragic thing.
But
yeah.
Well, I mean, is there anything else that we want to mention about the expansion, or anything else worth mentioning?
Yeah, there is one little thing that's worth mentioning. It's entirely possible that in order to play Wrath of the Lich King, you'll actually have to have bought
Burning Crusade.
Which is, you kind of think at the time, fair enough. I can't imagine, playing to, what are you going to do, get to 60, skip it and go to 80,
Yeah.
So I kind of get that, but at the same time, how many years they're looking at doing one of these a year? Are you going to have to, when you install every sequential?
I'd imagine they'll get to a point where, I mean, at the moment it's just the game and the expansion. I'd imagine it'll get to a point where they re-release, like they do with, they did with Half-Life,
like a battle chest kind of thing,
and The Sims and things like that. You know, they always release expansions for it, and then they'll just combine them all up, sort of thing. So
yeah, maybe. Another question that's been asked by a lot of people is particularly in regards to the expansion the previous expansion, like, if you need to have it, will it cost the same? Like, if you buy World of Warcraft now,
Yeah.
when the expansion's out, does that mean you'll now have to buy the game expansion 1 and expansion 2
I'd
in order?
imagine so.
That gets quite expensive.
Yeah.
Just a lot. Then again, World of Warcraft is only $25 now.
Yeah, and you know what? It really doesn't bother me that much because, frankly, I mean, World of Warcraft is one of those games where you get a lot out of it.
Yeah, that is true.
And
despite the fact that
if you're going to buy all 3, the main game and 2 expansions, then, realistically, you don't really have to buy the 2 expansions until you've got to level 60 in the first game.
So you can space it out, and then, apparently it takes about the same level of time, the same amount of time to get from 60 to 70 as it does anyway, from 0 to 60.
Really?
Yeah, but that's the theory. That's kind of what they balanced it for, and apparently they're happy with that. They reckon it'll take about the same from 60 to 70.
All right. Okay.
Something else, just while we're still on World of Warcraft, and very briefly.
Good, yep.
Season 10 of South Park has come out.
Yeah.
Is available in the US now. I think it's coming to Australia soon, like within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it includes the quite famous World of Warcraft episode.
Yep.
And it also includes a trial for World of Warcraft, which is an interesting bit of cross-marketing.
On the DVD?
I'm not sure whether it's on the DVD or
in the package
or slid into the thing, or it's just I don't know what it is exactly, but
that's pretty funny.
That is interesting, and it's some quite funny. It's funny because that like that trial, that 14-day trial, which is what it is everywhere. And when I was reading about it, it was Kotaku. I saw it on, and they were basically saying that Blizzard are looking at having the trial embedded into our DNA, so we can,
pretty much, yeah.
It is fairly widely available.
Yes, just I believe I have some just lying under my pillows. Actually,
better. If you have to install World of Warcraft, spend $2 and buy the trial.
Because it's a DVD.
It's a DVD and installs on one disc in one go.
Hooray!
So yeah, just bung that on and off you go.
Put the DVD on, install the game, and then wait 4 hours for all the updates to install.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on from talking about World of Warcraft. That's a lot of World of Warcraft talking. But the expansion pack is going to be bought by everyone that already plays the game.
It will.
New game statistics. Okay.
Yeah, there's some new gamer statistics more than anything because it covers the gamers themselves and their habits.
Now, as we were talking about, over. Oh no, we're just trying to make the statistics bigger
so I can read them
because
very
Matt's
small words.
Blind.
I am blind. My glasses are actually so wonky now.
You should put contacts in.
I do have contacts actually.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so
look, the thing about statistics. God. Statistics.
You should get drunk just so you have an excuse.
No, this is pathetic, isn't it? I mean, they only really talk about the ones that are interesting or they're boring if it's like, oh wow, these statistics show exactly what we always thought. You usually don't hear that much about them. These ones, on the other hand, are incredible.
8 out of 10 people brush their teeth. Woohoo.
Yeah, exactly. But these statistics that have recently come in from NDP, whoever that is or whatever that is, I don't know.
That's the National Processing Directive.
Is it?
No, I honestly don't know, and I couldn't find out. I did try to find out who they were, but I don't know. NDP. All the websites that listed these statistics, which were a few, just said NDP statistics.
You kind of have to wonder.
And I wonder if they didn't know either, or whether everyone knows, so they wouldn't mention
NDP
it.
Could be like this obscure, 150 people in a room.
Yeah. They just lock 5 kids in a room and just ask them some questions.
Hey, and these are the statistics.
I think 31% of respondents
It's sort of like that 9 out of 10 kids prefer Weet-Bix sort of thing.
But we've only picked kids who were buying Weet-Bix in the Weet-Bix aisle at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what was wrong with that last kid? I meant to pick up cornflakes.
Well, Mum said to get cornflakes.
But I accidentally grabbed Weet-Bix.
Mum said to get the cornflakes because I poo too much as it is. Or something. Because Weet-Bix, they're like bran.
Right, okay. It's okay. It's okay. Tell me these statistics.
Some of the more interesting statistics. Because
he stumbled. Sorry, keep going.
Whatever. 40% of PS3 owners are actually aware that the machine has a Blu-ray player. Now, whatever.
That does not surprise me that much.
Of those, of the 40%, only half, so 20% of total owners,
Yeah,
even use it.
that still doesn't surprise me. I don't find that
Considering how much they've really pushed that as a benefit, it's clearly a non-benefit.
Yeah, but consider how universal PlayStation as a brand is. A lot of people out there, with money, not gaming enthusiasts, but just casual gamers who have a PlayStation 2. PlayStation 3, sweet. Pick it up.
It's like my PlayStation 2, but with one more.
Exactly. It's like an extra PlayStation added on top.
Yeah, it's a whole other PlayStation.
You know, they're not going to care about Blue. I mean,
No.
frankly, if I got a PlayStation tomorrow, I probably wouldn't care that much about Blu-ray movies either, or the Blu-ray
I'd buy
player.
Serenity just on principle, just because I've got it on everything else.
You don't have it on HD DVD.
No, I don't.
Ah.
Yet, but I might get it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, of those, only half have used it. 30% of Xbox 360 owners, this is actual owners, not just random people asked, were even aware that their machine has HD graphics.
Yep. Once again, I'm not that surprised. I'm thinking more about the people that just pick up the console. They're oh, it's a games console. Plug it in and it's going to play games, which is not an unreasonable thing to ask.
Agreed. 50% of PS3 owners were aware of the same thing, so more than the Xbox 360, but still not huge.
Yep.
Considering how much they've pushed the HD generation, and that's really the main appeal of these consoles. In terms of marketing, I'm talking in marketing.
I understand what you're saying, but exactly, a lot of these people might actually have HD TVs. Their stuff might be plugged in, and it might be displaying in high resolution or whatever. They just don't even know what that means. They don't even know.
That was what I said in the bottom of my little post.
I'm sorry, I didn't get all the way through that.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. There's words and stuff.
Or, it said a news post by Matt, and I just lost interest after that.
Yeah, it's by Matt.
God, as if he doesn't write on the side enough as it is.
My question that I asked on there was how many people are actually using high definition and don't realise, and the answer is probably not many, because you have to get a special cable for the PlayStation 3 in order to even get... But not on the 360. No, but for the PlayStation 3, you have to buy a specific cable in order to even get...
You're absolutely right. I'm simply saying the Xbox 360, the cable is in there, so...
I think... how many... Like, what cable?
It has the composite... I hate this because I never know the differences.
Component and composite.
It's got the green, blue...
The three little RCA cables.
The 6 of them.
There's 5.
Okay, there are 5, and it also has the yellow one just in case
the yellow one, right.
Just in case you want to go back to normal.
Right.
Yeah,
so it has composite and component. You could just say that and you'd actually be right both ways.
I know, but... Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's got composite and component.
I don't know stuff.
Alright, the point is you need those cables in order to get
and they come in... This was actually a big thing when we got our imported PlayStation 3.
It was. We couldn't watch it on HD, even though we wanted to.
It's like...
Because we just didn't have the cables for it.
It's just crap. If they're going to spend so much time and effort pushing our HD machine... Include the goddamn cables.
Yeah, put the right goddamn cable in there.
And the Xbox did that, so... But I'm still not surprised. Keep going with these statistics. We need to churn through them.
Whatever. The PlayStation 3... I know that one's boring. Let's move on. Despite rating backward compatibility as the most desired feature in a new console, this is 71%. Only 31% of owners and likely purchasers actually even know the PlayStation 3 is backward compatible.
Yep.
They just... Yeah, I find that kind of weird.
You know what? I honestly believe... Personally, I have a lot of original Xbox games. I never use backwards compatibility. I just don't. I
get that, but you know that it is. That's the point. The point is not
I also
that
run a
you use
gaming website, though, man.
Yeah. Valid, but not very well.
You run it too, you moron.
Oh, yeah. Damn it.
Foiled.
I'm just quoting myself here now because it's easier. Speaking of backward, only 52% of PSP owners are aware they can watch movies on it. Only 49% were aware they can listen to music, and 1,000% think that the media player blows goats. Is the term I use.
You made that last bit up, didn't you?
That may be fabricated, but it's still true.
Okay. And the worst statistic
the
ever.
worst statistic.
And I love this.
For DS users, for DS owners and likely purchasers, 57% are unaware there's a touchscreen. 53% know about the dual screens, and 49% are aware of stylus functions. Now, I hope, for the love of God, that most of those people were likely purchasers, not users, who are unaware that there's two screens.
See, here again is like your typical statistic mix-up here.
We
likely purchasers?
Yeah, now, likely purchaser, what is a likely purchaser? Because we're missing that information.
That's a bit...
I said just below now, likely purchasers could well be people who saw an ad for Animal Crossing on TV and thought, hey, I'll get one of them.
Now, see,
cool.
I just cannot... I refuse to believe that someone that has bought a DS opened it up
and played a bit of Tetris
played the game...
Played a bit of Nintendo.
I just refuse to believe that they are not aware that there are two screens.
Yeah.
I fundamentally just don't believe that's possible. I can understand why people that have not bought it yet but are intending to buy it don't know that, because the Game Boy brand,
they would think
Nintendo brand,
it's
a fancier Game Boy. And fair enough, okay, I get that rationale.
And the same with the stylus.
Same with that. You don't immediately associate a stylus with a game playing machine, and it's not heavily promoted or anything like that.
As I said again on my post before, the people who own the console and are unaware of the stylus functions, how are they playing it? With cake? Are they like rubbing?
There are some games that don't have stylus functions, and
they're very few though.
Yes,
and the ones most of them do. Like most of them,
they do say touch the screen to start. There are some fairly obvious cues.
Yeah, and even really basic.
Actually, could they actually not know there's a stylus and they just play the game with their fingers?
It is possible, but you'd get an incredibly bad gaming experience playing everything with your fingers. Some things you can do it like WarioWare and stuff.
I'm thinking like Mario Kart and a lot of the platformers and things like that. Literally, that screen down the bottom most of the time is either a map or an inventory.
No, you're really quite wrong.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah, you're thoroughly wrong.
All right.
Most of the time, that's your main control. And with using your thumb, you're going to get terrible controls.
No, not most of the time that's your main... You have the option a lot of the time of using the actual up, down, left, right control pad.
Hands up in this room if you own one. Hey, hang on. For those who actually are listening and not able to see this, you may find that I have my hand up and Yug does not.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, he's put his hand up, but he's a lying piece of crap. All right, so let's move on from statistics.
You know everything, whatever.
Apparently gamers are clueless. That's pretty much the only... Not
so much gamers, just the...
Statistics people.
The statistics...
Whatever special school they got to do that survey, I guess, is probably...
I want to go there. No, I don't know. What? We need to actually move things along. We're almost out of time.
So HDMI introduced to the Premium 360 everywhere in the world except for Australia.
Once again, this is just another...
royal shafting from the video games companies.
Yeah.
There's no really other way to put that. Like, why not? For God's sake, bring the Black Elite over. For God's sake, put HDMI in our things. For God's sake, drop the price.
It's kind of weird. Now, I got a question for you, and for you, I mean for us. When we...
Okay.
When we first started the site, we started because we were frustrated at things not coming out here in Australia sooner, or why is the release date and things like that. And we wanted to actually bring recognition and attention to that through making a site and things like that.
We failed. Yeah, I think that's where you were going with that.
No, that's not where I'm going. I'm going, the fact that this isn't coming out in Australia, we have the ability now to contact people at Microsoft and say, hey, give us some answers. And their answers, we already kind of know, which is, we're in Australia.
Yeah, the answers are really evasive and really non-answers as far as I'm concerned. When asked about the price drop for the PlayStation 3, for example, they basically said, well, Australia has only had it for a short amount of time, and blah, blah, blah. Which, in my opinion, is totally not a good enough answer because they shafted us on bringing it out in the first place.
My real question is a decision like that, or most decisions, are they actually the decisions of the Australian Microsoft, the Australian Sony, or the Australian companies, or are they the decisions of the American companies? I
suspect they're the responsibility of the parent company, whoever that is.
Right, okay.
US, Japan.
That's my main question, because, fundamentally, it's hard to get annoyed or pissed off at Microsoft or Sony when, in Australia, or the representatives here, when...
See, I actually don't think it is.
Okay.
Because the key word that you used then was representatives. they represent Australia to
Yeah, that's a
their
good
parent
point.
companies. It is therefore their responsibility ultimately when Australia gets screwed over. And it's their job to represent us to their parent companies as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. And try and get us the best deals here, or the best.
And, it's entirely possible that, the head of Sony Australia is in there at board meetings every weekend ranting at the board saying, for God's sake, Australians are getting shafted, and then having to go back and say, no, we think it's an entirely reasonable price that you're paying through the arse for a PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
That would be frustrating, and I can understand that, but I don't care because that's not my problem.
Yeah,
My
enough.
problem is to represent Australia.
Yep.
And Australian gamers, not...
Funny that's...
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's annoying, and listen to probably every second podcast of ours to hear us rant about the frustrations of being a gamer in Australia and not getting things on time or not getting things at all.
Because whining and bitching is what Australian gamer is all about.
Does best. And now we have 14 people doing it.
Now we have 14 people whining and bitching.
The last little tiny insignificant thing that we did want to mention on tonight's exciting, action-packed, drama-filled podcast...
Okay, apparently we're home and away now.
is the Halo 3 launch. Now, this one's more on you. I didn't know much about this.
Yeah, the Halo 3 Microsoft for Halo 3 have decided that not only do they have to take on video games, but have to take on every form of entertainment under the sun.
I think it's because they feel that there is really no competition for Halo 3 except movies.
That seems to be pretty much what they're going for, despite the fact that, there are other games and people will buy other games. But there is only one Halo 3.
People will buy other
RRR
games, but everyone will buy Halo 3.
So they're looking at some massive promotional deals, some huge merchandising, some strange things. But the one that particularly caught my attention was some sort of Hungry Jack's meal, I think it was, or a meal somewhere. Hang on, I'll have to
Tell me you get like the Spartan helmet cup or something like that. You drink your Coke out of...
No, but what you do get is... now let's see, tie-ins with Halo 3 and Mountain Dew.
Is this in America or in Australia?
This is in America.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, there we go. It is Burger King. Burger King will have a Halo 3 meal. A Halo 3 meal. And the best part is you get a Coke. A cola. Sorry, not a Coke.
Yeah.
That's 42 ounces, which in our terminology is a 1.2 litre Coke. With your Happy Meal.
Happy Meal.
With your
Those
value meal.
kids are going to be happy till 1 a.m. in the morning.
No, it's not a Happy Meal. It's just a value meal kind of thing.
I get, yeah.
But the picture is really particularly cool because Kotaku have a really nice way of phrasing things. They've got the thing is quite big at the top and quite small at the bottom. And as they've said, that little part at the bottom of the cup is so a human hand can grip it. It's that's a 1.2 litre cup.
Dude. It's Halo 3. It's big. It's epic.
It's got to be big.
It's huge. We want as much Coca-Cola as we can fit into it. We want the biggest cup ever.
You should need to have friends to help you carry your Coke.
That's right.
You should need a clan. a Coke carrying clan of some kind. Yes.
That would be brilliant.
Yes.
That'd be awesome. That could be the way. You actually meet your other clan members in Hungry Jack's.
Yeah,
sort of thing,
and help each other carry stuff back to them.
I'd love it if they did some big Halo 3 marketing things here, actually, like that. Or some tie-ins. What? Can you think of any other Halo 3 tie-ins sort of thing?
There would be just big stuff.
I'm surprised that they don't do, discounts at gun stores or something like that. Surely that'd go down well.
Yeah, that'd be good. Sniper rifles and stuff.
Sniper rifles.
Discount sniper rifles.
Branded sniper rifles.
Yeah.
Halo 3 branded sniper rifles or things like that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
No, it's a very bad idea. Or motorbike helmets that you could get that were actually like the Spartan ones.
That's right, you put the visor down.
Cool.
The downside is that, because the visors in the game, they're all gold, you can't actually see out of them.
You actually can see out of them. You can get them, they're called Iridium.
Really?
Iridium
I just
but you can't wear
those
them
Ray-Bans sort of thing. You can't wear them at night.
No, you can't wear any sort of tinted lens at night, and I think the Iridium ones count.
You can't wear your sunglasses at night.
Whatever. You shouldn't wear sunglasses when you're riding a motorbike anyway.
Okay.
Because the last thing you want is a bunch of shattering glass near your eyes if you have an accident.
How do you ride?
On my face, apparently. No, you just... In general, you're not supposed to have glass near your face when you're riding a motorbike.
I suppose it's probably not a good idea to ever really have glass near your face.
No, well...
You have glass
I have
near your
no real
face.
choice, but...
Yeah, you do. You can wear contacts.
I can, yes, according to our website.
All right, we've lost it.
We've gotten stupid.
We've gotten
Stupider.
Stupider.
Relative.
This all comes down to the fact I'm not drinking at the moment. I want another no alcohol binge, as I like to call it.
That's a bit odd. An unbinge. A disbinge of some kind.
For 2 months, just so, to let my body recover. You know, every so often, just need to sort of go cold turkey, just to.
You know what they say about Chinese food?
No.
I'm hungry again.
Really?
I'm already hungry. I had a big thing of like Mongolian sizzling steak.
Huge
It was really
food.
good.
Satay,
It was really
chicken,
big
and Mongolian.
And rice.
And you're hungry.
And I'm hungry.
You're a freak.
Yeah, I am a freak.
No. You're a freak.
No, I got that from the words you said before.
I know. I just wanted to emphasize that because, you know, a lot of the times you won't listen to what I actually say.
Now is one of those times. We're actually signing off now and we're going away. So I can get something to eat.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Possibly stalk the girl at the video.
You do that. How's that working out for you?
Oh, badly.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll talk to you again next week.
Alright, see you.